Hello everyone, this is fourth video of Becoming the Branding Expert series, and in this video we're gonna know how brands leverage cognitive biases. This is very important concept, and you can even call it a strategic playbook for leveraging cognitive biases in brand architecture. So, what are cognitive biases? It's the biases that we hold, and it's not our psychological flaw. Looking from a branding expert perspective, we don't consider it as a flaw. We consider it as an evolutionary survival shortcuts. It's the very core in decision making for survival, and it has helped. It was developed through evolution. Um, just like here are some forces that help that makes us more biased. Let's say that. The invisible person. Decisions are rarely made through pure logic. They are quietly pushed by predictable patterns, and that patterns come from our survival mechanism. The brain relies on the patterns to survive and function in profoundly complex world. And for branding, you can use this the brand that aligns with this shortcut feel effortless to choose, and brands that ignore those are hard work. There are four evolutionary pressure that forces brain to rely more on these predictable shortcuts. One is that limited attention. Our brain has limited attention and limited power, right? The brain actively filters out noise to focus on only high important or high contrast signals so that it doesn't waste energy in focusing on every random details, because that will be too hard, too much of a cognitive load. And that comes to our second point, cognitive conservation. People inherently do not want to think too hard. They seek the path to less mental resistance. Like they want to protect that cognitive power. They don't want to overthink about every small things. There is another force, that's uncertainty. Our brain hates ambiguity, and they will invent pattern to resolve the unknown. And another is regret avoidance. Our brain is very scared of regretting. So am I. And that's the fear of making wrong choice, and choice paralysis without psychological safety net. Our brain wants to avoid regretting, because regret is a very bad feeling. I regret many decisions in life, and I don't want to do that. That kind of thing. So what is anchoring? Anchoring is setting a point in a brain through which you look other options. Anchoring dictates the first reference point that wraps all other evaluations, right? How does this work? Once the reference point is set, the brain calibrates relative to that exact point rather than accessing the objective value. Uh, it doesn't, for example, there are two shoes and both are placed near each other. One costs 5,000 rupees and another costs 10,000 rupees. If we just look at uh, the shoes that got cost 5,000, only that shoes that looks expensive, but when compared to the shoes with 10,000, that looks cheap. Why? Because there is an anchor. That anchor is that big price of 10,000 rupees shoes that made another 5,000 rupees shoes irrelevant. For branding, this anchoring can be used to for showing a higher original price first, or placing premium products directly next to ultra premium so that the value of premium product goes up, or deploying from X pricing model to frame foundational value. Just like most of the time Apple uses it, saying, oh, starting from 699 or $799, so that it's framing the base point of anchor. through which other prices are determined. Another thing is social proof. Social proof is a very important anchor. Yeah, social proof neutralizes perceived risks faster than any feature list ever could. The mechanism of this is when unsure, human looks to collective. The conscious subconscious mind translate volume equals to safety. It's like if many people are choosing this, then it's probably a good choice. This also reduce our cognitive pressure and we can go do what other people are doing. It's easier, right, than thinking about it. And for brands, this can be applicable through writing bestseller because that bestseller level signals immediately, it signals safety signs, right? And another is aggregated reviews and testimonials because if you see other people using it and giving positive response, then you think like, oh, okay, if that people are using and saying positive things about it, it's good, right? This can also be done through user generated contents or influencers uses, or also you can write trusted by thousands messaging. It's very easy, kind of manipulative if you if you use it in a bad ways. Our brain actively detects new information to protect existing beliefs, and this is one of our cognitive biases, right? We don't want to know new things. We just want to know things uh, that strengthen our old values. This is a very important concept because I also realized this later on, especially in one of my branding classes where I had an actively argument about this, where I was arguing about the factor of novelty in social media, and my professor was arguing about no, social media doesn't push new contents, they push similar type of contents that feels new because our brain has a simple cognitive bias that we don't like new things, we just prefer the same things in a new package. It's a profound concept, and you'll get the idea of it as we move to our classes. But the mechanism of this is people do not want new information. They seek data that validates what they already hold to true. Smart brands don't fight beliefs, they align with them. Just like uh, they mirror heuristics like natural products are safer. Uh, the belief of premium packaging means better products, or the eco value saying local brands are inherently more good. And another is visual clues for legitimacy often overrides the need for actual credentials. The mechanism of this is we blindly trust perceived experts to outsource our cognitive load. Authority does not require objective reality, it simply needs to look legitimate. This sounds very bad, but most of the brands does it, especially Colgate. They say like 10 out of 9, 9 out of 10 dentist recommends it. This is saying that okay, experts are actively recommending it, so yeah, you can trust it. Yeah, see, they're actually removing the load from your mind to think if that's good or not. You are automatically believing it's good because we, as a human, automatically believe uh, the things that comes out of authoritative figures, right? For brand, this can be applicable as in way like scientists and doctors as a spokesperson for the brand, or prominent display of certification and seals, deploying phrases like clinically tested or specified language or evaluated visual context. Another is the regretting, right? The psychological weight of losing vastly outweighs the joys of gaining. We have FOMO, let's just say that. Fear of missing out is more than gaining something. Because humans are wired to aggressively protect what they have rather than focusing on what they can achieve. Brands can use this like saying, don't miss out in their messaging, or create scarcity through limited editions or strict deadlines to manufacture urgency. Proper use can create accrued momentum. Overuse can create pressure that can cause distrust. Yeah. And the thing is, as a branding expert, you should learn this, not memorize this. You can use this vocation to make it easier while building your branding strategy or something like that. You can just ask like, what are the customers' hesitations and how can I solve? Because biases are the patterns to solve hesitations. That's all. So you can ask question like, what sort uncertainty they feel? What shortcut will help them to decide faster? What signal reduces the risks? What beliefs are they protecting? So that you can target all these questions and come up with the best branding strategy. It's simple, but it takes a lot of practice while doing it. So yeah. So as a strategist, your job is not to catalog psychological terms. Your job is to answer this four question. When you do, the correct biases reveals itself correctly. So it's, let's just say it's easy. So this is the bias deployment matrix where we map customer in to their psychological shortcut. Here the biases are anchoring bias, social proof, confirmation, authority, and loss aversion. Here, customers' uncertainty is it fair price? Is it safe choice? Or does this fit my worldview? Who can I trust? Can I decide later? Kind of uncertainty, right? And for those uncertainty, we can give out the shortcut like if it's like compared to the first number, like as gave the example in the zoo, you put a higher value or expensive product next to another product which make it feels like a safer, easier, cheaper choice. Or you can do make it them choose it like a herd product, like everybody is using it, you can use it too. Or for confirmation bias, you can filter out the contradiction and just give them fit them what they want. Or for authority, you can hire some experts to recommend it. Or for loss aversion, you can tell them like, okay, you have to buy now before it goes out of sale or something like that. So just realize it. Legitimate branding guides attention to amplify truth rather than masking flaws. This is the spectrum of ethical branding. It's like you don't need to fight psychology, you need to work with psychology. A good brand makes you easier to choose, not makes the choice for you. Just realize that point. You're not manipulating them, you're just making them easier to choose the best option. That's all. Before going out, before ending this, these are the final things I want you to engrave in your head. Customers, consumers don't want to think harder. They would just want to feel safer when deciding. And for that, customers as human, they use biases. Biases are the architecture of choice. Brand that respect these biases, respect these invisible forces of choice to eliminate uh, cognitive friction will master the shortcuts of sales. And when you master the shortcut, you master the decision. So that's all for this class. And this class is very rich with this concept. And you must realize these all things are very important if you want to become a branding expert. So that's all from my side. Next class is gonna be more amazing. It's gonna be more packed with information, and I want you to engrave all this concept in your head so that you understand branding, not just practice it. That's all. Bye bye.